Brad Williams, Frugal Finance for you DIYers. We're going to talk a little bit about insulation types and installation methods. Why? Because I like doing this stuff on my own and the cost savings is astronomical. Insulation types and installation methods. When selecting insulation for your home, you have a range of materials and installation options to consider. Before you choose a product, identify the locations where insulation is needed and determine the R value required for each of these areas. Installation considerations: achieving the right R value depends on proper installation. Some types like bats, rolls, boards, or pourable insulation may be installed by homeowners. Others, such as liquid foam, usually require trained professionals. If you're hiring a contractor, request written estimates that specify the R value. Ask whether they provide air sealing services, which should be done before insulation is installed. If you're inspecting bat insulation, check its thickness, look for gaps, and make sure it fits tightly around building components. For blown-in or spray types, check the insulation depth and make sure coverage is consistent. If you're installing insulation yourself, always follow manufacturer's instructions and safety guidelines. Be sure to check your local building codes. DIY instructions are available from trade associations for fiberglass, mineral wool, and cellulose. Common insulation materials. Let's break down the most common types of insulation. We have blanket, bats, and rolls made of fiberglass, mineral wool, or natural fibers, used in unfinished walls, floors, and ceilings. Fits between framing members. Lower cost, suited to standard framing. Concrete block insulation uses foam boards, foam beads, or AAC blocks. Applied to foundation walls, requires specialized installation, improves use of thermal mass. Foam board, rigid foam. Made from polystyrene, polyester, or polyurethane, used in walls, roofs, and foundations. Thin, with high resistance to heat flow. Insulating concrete forms, foam blocks built into the structure and filled with concrete. Used in new construction, thermal resistance is integrated. Loose fill blown in, cellulose, fiberglass, or mineral wool, used in attics and wall cavities. Blown in or poured into place, ideal for irregular spaces. Reflective systems, foil, film, or bubble materials installed in walls, ceilings, and floors. Reflect radiant heat, especially downward. Rigid foam board, fiberglass or mineral wool, used in ducts and high temperature areas, installed by HVAC professionals. Sprayed, foamed in place, polyurethane, phenolic, or cementitious materials, sprayed into walls, attics, and floors, expands to fill gaps and provides air sealing. Structural insulated panels, SIPs, prefabricated panels with foam cores, used in new construction, quick to install, provides even more insulation. More on foam insulation. Most modern foam products using foaming agents that avoid ozone depleting chemicals like CFCs or HCFCs. These are two primary types. Closed cell, high dense gas filled cells, stronger air and moisture barrier, higher R value, higher cost. Open cell foam, less dense and filled with air, softer texture, lower cost. Should not be used below ground. Other foam materials include cementitious, phenolic, and polyester. Less common types: icene, tripolymer foam. Icenes can be sprayed or injected and resist both air and water. Tripolymer is water soluble, injected into wall cavities, and resists fire and air intrusion. Foam insulation. Foam insulation is applied with small spray containers or large pressure sprayed systems. It expands as it cures, filling the cavity completely. Some foams are slow curing, allowing them to move around obstructions before expanding and setting. Installation should be handled by certified professionals. All foam materials must be covered with a thermal barrier, typically half-inch gypsum board. Some building codes also require a vapor retarder if the foam is not classified as one. Cost considerations: foam insulation usually costs more than bats, but it offers higher R values and forms an air barrier, potentially reducing the need for other sealing products. In a new home, it can reduce construction time and labor costs. Structure insulated panels. SIPs are factory-made panels used for walls, roofs, and floors. They offer uniform insulation and can improve energy performance by 12 to 14%. Each SIP consists of thick foam sandwiched between structural boards. They come in various sizes, some as large as 8 by 24 feet. SIP insulation. Panels are assembled on-site. Builders can use standard tools to modify openings for doors and windows. Panels must be properly manufactured with smooth surfaces and square edges to prevent gaps during construction. Always check manufacturer's quality and control procedures and compare warranties before purchasing. Safety and maintenance for SIPs. For fire safety, cover the inside of SIPs with fire-rated materials. To avoid pest problems, apply insecticide to panels. Treat the ground around the home. Keep humidity under 50% indoors. Keep plants at least 2 feet from walls. Trim any tree limbs hanging near the house. Because SIPs are very airtight, a ventilation system may be necessary to maintain healthy indoor air and prevent moisture buildup. Conclusion? Insulation comes in many forms, each suited for different parts of the home. From bats and boards to foam and SIPs, the right material and proper insulation make a major difference in energy efficient and comfort. Choose based on your application, your budget, and whether you'll install it yourself or hire a professional. Let me know if you'd like to see this in application. I do this kind of stuff all the time, so I'd like to experiment if there's enough interest. So just leave a comment if you have any questions about installation types. Let me know. Brad Williams, Frugal Finance. Thanks for watching. Hope that helps. See you soon.